So BTC has fully retraced its rally from 2 days ago, which was on the back of the SEC news, which puts itself and a number of altcoins in a precarious position. We'll go through those charts and some TradFi stuff in a second. But first of all, let's take a look at the news that came out this morning that the SEC has delayed spot Bitcoin ETF decisions for all applicants, including BlackRock and Fidelity. There's a few articles out. This one is from CoinDesk. And basically saying that all the applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs have been delayed until October 16th and October 17th, as you can see there. So the market has been pretty optimistic in the hope of an spot Bitcoin ETF approval, but unfortunately that doesn't look like it's going to be happening now until at least mid-October. So that is a catalyst that unfortunately is not going to come to the rescue at the moment. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart, it is not looking too great. As I say, we've literally fully retraced that move from Tuesday, and we are slap bang back just below 26 or on 26. 25.9k, which is where we spent so long consolidating a week or two ago. Not a good look. It's exactly what happened with XRP. If we go to XRP on the weekly time frame, this was when the XRP won the SEC case. Nice big pump. And then over the course of 4 or 5 weeks, we ended up fully retracing it. It only took Bitcoin 2 days to fully retrace its SEC move. So yeah, not looking too good. If we go from the higher time frame to the lower time frames on BTC, monthly close yesterday, it's positive that we stayed or managed to hold the 25.2k monthly support. As I've talked about many times before, this is a critical level on the monthly, weekly and daily time frame, as I'll show you in a second. But just because we held this support this time doesn't mean we can't drop below it this month. But it is a positive sign that we didn't close below it this month. But yeah, not looking too great. Looks like a deviation of 29.3, big rollover. Can 25.2 hold again this month? And if we go to the weekly, things don't look any better. Horrible looking weekly candle on BTC. Of course, we've still got another couple of days to go before it closes. But yeah, not looking too good. We'll take quite a rally to recover this candle. And as you can see, this 25.2k, a nice clean level on the weekly time frame as well. So you don't really want to be seeing a weekly candle close below this level either, nor do you really want to be seeing a daily candle close below it, because if we zoom out, you can see we've not had a daily close below this daily candle close below this level since we got above it back in March. So on a daily, weekly and monthly time frame, 25.2k is a critical level. As I say, not looking too good. The fact that we've basically deviated 26.3k again, similar to how we did on the 23rd, 24th. But obviously this was a decent rally with some fundamentals fueling it. And yeah, it's just literally melted straight back down to 25.9, 26k. So be interesting to see if this level down here breaks this sort of 25.8k area where we've had all these wicks, and then if 25.2k also holds. If we take a look at Ethereum, not looking good on Ethereum either. I've talked about this many times, about this 1721 level being an important level on the monthly time frame. As you can see, it was support back here on May 2022, broke below it. It was solid resistance for July until February, so a good number of months. Broke above it in March, and then we held it a couple of times as a retest of support, but didn't really get anywhere. And then we've now confirmed a monthly close back below 1721, which does not look good. Looks like a big deviation, and looks like we could be heading lower, maybe to the start of this move on the monthly time frame, basically the yearly open back at $1,200. If we take a look at the weekly, it doesn't look too healthy either. Looks like this is set to come down to 1370. Not really much in terms of structure, in terms of support. So it looks like we could be heading down to 1370. The only thing stopping us right now is this critical daily level at 1635. As you can see, we've not had the daily close below 1635 since the 12th of March. A number of tests, mainly back in June. We had this sort of double bottom here, and then we've had a few wicks below it. What was that? On the 17th of August and the 22nd of August. But no daily candle close below it so far. It doesn't look good that we deviated this 1697 level. So I spoke about this level on Tuesday's video, the fact that we closed above it, then we needed to hold it as support. Unfortunately, we failed to do that. We held it for 1 day and then deviated back inside. Not a good look. So yeah, we don't really want to see a daily close below 1635. If we do, then I think that really does open the door down to expansion down to 1370. In terms of ETH BTC, very interesting position. Talked about this the last 2 weeks. Really getting pushed into this apex of this triangle. If we go to the weekly time frame, you can see we've got a weekly support 0.062, which is the range low, and then we've got this bearish trend line here that we're pressing right up against. So are we going to break out or break down? And that obviously ties in with Bitcoin dominance currently on support, retesting the monthly range high as support, which it held. If we see a breakout on ETH BTC, then you're likely going to see Bitcoin dominance trade below 48%. If we get a monthly close below 48% on Bitcoin dominance, that's going to be very bearish for Bitcoin dominance, very bullish for ETH BTC. However, for now, this just looks like it's come up to resistance of 52%, had a pullback into support at 49, and could well go again. So keep your eyes peeled for that. In terms of TradFi, let's take a look at the S&P. Which is looking strangely bullish. It looked like we were pulling back to at least 4327 on the monthly time frame, but didn't quite get there. Got to about 4351 and shot up. And as you can see, that monthly candle just eaten up towards the end of the month. If we go to the weekly as well, looks quite bullish. Looks like a nice, decent pullback, and now returning to the highs at around 4600. And even on the daily, it looks pretty good. It looks like we formed a double bottom back here down at 4371. We've made new higher highs here and broken out of this downtrend. So if you just take a look, where's the old line? Oh no, I want that one. So yeah, if we just draw a rough trend line here, you can see trend line there that we've broken out of, and looks quite bullish. We've cleared these highs of 4500. So it looks like we're going to make a return to the highs on the S&P now. A bullish S&P normally helps BTC. It certainly doesn't hinder it. However, the fact that the S&P has been on an absolute tear for the last couple of months and Bitcoin hasn't really done or hasn't really mirrored it, maybe that's not really going to impact things at all. And then if we take a look at the dollar, again, usually a good indicator of what risk assets are going to do. Bullish dollar is normally bearish for risk assets. Bearish dollar is normally bullish for risk assets. At the moment, it's a really confusing time on the dollar chart. Very tough to decipher whether this is actually bullish or bearish. The fact we've had this deviation down here that we talked about on the monthly time frame down to the 100, zip back up, held this monthly support, is obviously quite bullish. But then when you flick to the weekly and you look at where we are at this sort of 104, 103 area, and then you've got a number of resistances here. So you've got this swing high here from back in May, June time that we've currently rejected from, and even if we push above that, you've then got this big weekly resistance here at 105, which is the swing highs from February and December and November and January as well. So a lot of resistance overhead. It'd be interesting to see how the dollar reacts and whether the S&P blasts through and makes new all-time highs. The only reason why I'd be very cautious about expecting the S&P to make new all-time highs is the VIX, still super low, only had a small rally to the 18s, almost 19s. What you really want to see is a rally on the VIX up to the 30s, which usually indicates a bottom. But at the moment, the VIX is still super low, so we could see a rejection at the all-time highs for S&P, like a double top potentially, then a dump on risk assets, rally on the dollar, rally on the VIX to form a bottom, and then potentially go again. But we'll just have to see how all of that plays out. In terms of altcoins that are on critical supports, this is exactly what I mean. So ADA, as you can see, at this weekly range low at around 25 cents, and it's been tested a number of times. So it got tested at the end of last year, start of this year, so the yearly lows, or yearly open, I should say, and then retested here in June. And then we've retested this level the past 3 weeks as well. So how many more tests can it withstand? And if there is another drop on BTC, likely that alts follow. And so where's the next level for ADA? Probably down here at sort of around 14-15 cents. If we just mark out that level here, so probably somewhere around here. So that could be a hell of a drop. What I would say is this: if you like certain projects, like for example, if you like ADA, you think it's going to do well in the next bull market, this is a great area to buy. But just be prepared for potential lower prices as well. So don't go all in here. I would, as I say, if you do like ADA, not financial advice, all that good stuff, but if you do like the project, this is a good area to be buying. Nice range low, but just be prepared that this level, could be lost, and we could get a bit of a dip down to, as I say, about 14-15 cents, which could be another 30-40% decline. So just be cautious of that happening. Same with AVAX. Except it's a monthly support. Let's just flick to the monthly time frame. As you can see, monthly range low. Tested it a number of times. So tested it back in June, July of 21, December of 22, January 23, June of this year, and then also just a couple of weeks ago in August. And again, look at the drop on that. If we go to the weekly, you're looking at down all the way down to $4.56, and we're currently at what, $10 here. So that's at least almost a 50% drop or more. So that is not looking too good. And as I say, look at the number of times we've tested it, the past 3 times in the last 3 weeks. So yeah, again, great area to buy, but just be prepared that it could go lower, quite a lot lower. BNB is similar. I've talked about this quite a lot. This 205 area, critical support, has been tested a number of times back in June 22 and 2 of the last 3 weeks as well. Horrible looking weekly candle that's forming on BNB as well, so that is not looking good at all. And when you look down below, I mean, where's the next support? Down here at $40 odd. Even if you go down to the daily, all you've really got, you've got this low here at $189 as a daily level, where we spiked down to before back in June. But apart from that, you're looking at this little cluster potentially here at $125, give or take. But in terms of high time frame supports, there is nothing. So yeah, be very cautious. Again, if you like BNB, think it's a solid asset, want to buy some, good area to buy here, but just be prepared. We could well lose this weekly range low and go a lot lower. DOT is exactly the same. Again, we're sat on this monthly range low at around $4.20, which we've tested a number of times before. You can see this really clean range between $6.88 and $4.20. Currently sat at the bottom of it. Again, really good area to buy if you want to buy some DOT, but just be prepared. We could revisit these wicks from all the way back in 2020. So we have not seen a sub $4 DOT since 2020, but that is likely going to happen, I think, even if it's just a quick wick to flush people out. You can see we've tested this range low a number of times, the same dates as all the other altcoins. So back at the beginning of the year, back in June, and then the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks as well. So again, good area to buy, but just be cautious. We could see a sub $4 DOT. And then finally, near, if we take a look at the weekly, it's broken below this weekly range low at $1.22. Bearish retest last week and this week, so it looks to me like it's going to head down towards $1 or 94 cents, which is the start of this leg of the move back here in December 2020. So again, not a bad place to pick some up, especially if you've not bought any yet and you do like near, or you want to average down. Pretty good place to buy some, but just be prepared. We could see a sub $1 near. But again, if you've got the capital and you're dollar cost averaging sensibly, then you should be more than you should be welcoming that sub $1 dot as $1 near as a solid buying opportunity. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. As I say, really good area to be buying some altcoins. Just be prepared that they could well go lower. We're on critical supports on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of alt. So I would just be careful. I wouldn't be going all in here. Definitely just be cautious and watch out for 25.2k on BTC and that daily level on Ethereum at 1635. Watch out for those levels. And watch out for those higher time frame levels on altcoins. But I'll be back on Monday to, as usual, go through the charts and let you know all the need to knows for next week. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.